All right, y'all, here we are. My first Q&A, our first get to know each other. I'm really excited to answer your questions. I kind of just wanted to catch up a little bit, feel like we're just hanging out. I just got some tea here. Please get yourself some tea, get a little coffee, a little treat, relax, kick your feet up, and let's just hang out for a little bit. How tall are you? I am almost 5'2". I believe I'm 5'1" and 5'8" or something like that, whatever that means. But yeah, I usually just say I'm 5'2". How old are you? A lot of people also ask this question. I am 21 years old and I'm turning 22 in June. And for other people that were wondering, I'm also a Gemini. Where from Romania are you from? I am from Bucharest. I was born in Romania, born and raised, moved from Romania to the US when I was 12, and then when I moved to the US, I left by myself to move to Canada, also when I was 12. How do you pronounce your name? In Romanian, you would say my name alia, but then when I came here, in English, you have to anglicize it, so you pronounce my name alia, not alia, alia. How do I not have an accent? Because I moved to Canada, I didn't have a choice but to speak English, even if I was wrong. And then eventually I just got better and better. And then now I actually speak English better than I speak Romanian, which is not a good thing. And I'm really trying to practice my Romanian. I still speak it fluently, but there's a lot of things that are easier to just say in English than in Romanian. How long ago did I move to the US? In August of 2021, it's gonna be 10 years, which is crazy. 10 years is 10 years, but it doesn't feel like 10 years. So a lot of people wanted to know what I'm studying in school. So I'm currently waiting to hear back about my admissions, the major that I wanted to go into, which is communication studies. So fingers crossed for your girl. Hopefully I will get in. It's only 30% of applicants actually get in. So I really hope I do. Favorite book you have ever read? The most incredible book probably that I have ever read and connected to, Where the Crawdads Sing. But it was super popular last year. Honestly, incredible read. I've never felt so touched by a story, and I flipped through that baby so fast, and I'm not a reader at all, so that says a lot. Is there any specific reason why you started a YouTube channel? I initially wanted to start a podcast. Dancing was something that was very creative. Once that part of my life ended, I didn't really have an outlet where I could express myself. I was talking to my family, and then they were like, why don't you start a YouTube channel? I was okay, and I just kind of started making a YouTube channel, started making videos I don't know, for fun. I felt this need to express myself and to create something that wasn't just for school or going to work, and I didn't have anything like that, and I just kind of started YouTube, and I'm here now. Why did you decide not to pursue your ballet dream? Or other people ask, why did you stop dancing? I've been dancing since I was 4 years old, and then I took it seriously and wanted to become my career and my job around 10 years old, I believe. I don't think I will ever have such a great love for something as I had for ballet. Ballet is just, it was everything for me. Unfortunately, I got injured, and because all of the opportunities were given to me, I did not want to miss out on them. So instead of stopping for my injury, I just danced through it, and I just made it worse. I had a stress fracture in my foot, but because I kept dancing on it, it got really, really bad, and that set me back a lot. By the time I got back and able to dance, audition season had already started, and I was just getting back. So I wasn't at my 100%, and basically I finished my second year in Seattle with no contract, no job, nothing. I could no longer keep going. It just felt right to move on. Maybe if I didn't get injured, things would have been different. I'm just really happy I had that entire experience, and now I feel like I'm starting off a whole new life in whatever direction it's gonna take me. And ballet has taught me so much, and it's made me who I am today. So yeah, now I'm gonna get really emotional, so let's move on from this question. Did your intentions with YouTube turn out the way you wanted or surpass your expectations? My intentions with YouTube were to literally just have something to do and to have fun. I didn't intend to make YouTube and to become a YouTuber or have an income from YouTube or create a YouTube video every week. Being where I am now, I think it's been 4 months or almost 5 months later, it's crazy. And this was not my intention at all, but I'm very grateful for it. It's just I'm in awe. How do you stay productive? Well, let me tell you this. Right now, I have a very hard time staying productive. It's really hard for me to stay productive when it comes to my schoolwork, even when it comes to creating YouTube videos, because there's nothing exciting happening, and I have such a hard time focusing when I'm in my apartment, because I feel like I sleep here, I eat here, I chill here, I do work here, I do school here. It just feels like I'm all in the same place. There's no like separation, and that's also because I live in a studio, so everything is in the same one room, but it is hard to stay productive. And I will say, try to not beat yourself up if you don't have a productive day or a few days or a week or maybe a whole month where you're struggling to stay productive and focused. It's okay, and these times are not normal, and it's hard to stay productive right now. I feel it. How did you and your boyfriend meet? A lot of people are asking this question. Yoni and I met on a little app called Tinder. We met on Tinder in October of 2018 and have been together ever since. It's been over 2 years now. The people that hate on Tinder and all those dating apps, I'm just telling you that it doesn't really matter how you meet as long as you meet. And then you meet. If it wasn't for Tinder, Yoni and I would have never met. I'm very grateful for Tinder. How do you deal with being with your partner 24/7 due to COVID? Yoni and I moved in together during the peak of COVID, actually, kind of, last summer. The way that we make it work is by separating ourselves in the space that we live in, and we live in a studio, so we don't even have a separate room. We just have a different area of the room. It kind of flows into us doing our own thing, and we're such good friends that we don't feel like, oh my god, I'm with my boyfriend all the time, or like, oh my god, I like can't deal with you right now. And kind of sensing and feeling the other person's vibe, and if they're trying to hang out, if they're not trying to hang out, with communicate those things to each other. Favorite hairstyle, honestly, since I've cut my hair a few months ago, I can't really do any hairstyles because it's so short. I can't put it up, I can't do anything. What I do is after I wash it, I braid it, and then I sleep with it until it dries, and then the next day I take it out, and this is actually what it looks like. Or I take one of these things, pin it back like this. That's something that I like to do. Or I have one of these that's bigger, and I just take all the hair and pin it back like that, and that's kind of the vibe. I can't really put it all the way up because then the hair just is falling down at the back and it's a whole mess. What is your motivation to eat clean? I wouldn't say that I eat clean. I would say that I practice more of like what people like to call intuitive eating. Sometimes eat clean and, you know, eat a lot of greens and veggies and lean proteins and whatever else is considered clean. But then I also sometimes eat a big bowl of pasta with a lot of cheese and sauce. I just eat that because that's what I really want. But then other times I eat healthy because that is what I want and what makes me feel good. I don't go overboard in either direction. I don't go extreme in like all I eat is like healthy and clean and grass. I also don't go in the other extreme and eat all like fries and pizza and burgers and whatever else. I kind of just like, you know, find myself somewhere in the middle because that's the only way that I can stay healthy and happy, you know? And also healthy doesn't have to be not flavorful and not yummy. What's an insecurity that you overcame? An insecurity for me was my skin. I had really bad acne. You know, people are like, girl, where? I really did. It was very bad. All like on my, it was all hormonal and it was all just like on my cheeks. Literally foundation like pouring on my face like this. It was really bad for my self-esteem. Eventually I went on Accutane and it got rid of it completely. And now I have like some scars and stuff, but I'm totally fine with it and I don't care that I most of the time actually wear no makeup. So I'm really, really happy that my skin is finally clear. Favorite movie? One of my favorites is Interstellar. It's a really random movie that I feel like not a lot of people talk about, but I personally love that movie. The music in that movie is just beautiful. I hear it and I already know it's from that movie. Cinematography was beautiful and just the whole concept was kind of like a mind twister. How many tattoos do you have? I have 3 tattoos. I have this one right here. That means moderation. It's kind of like keeping balanced. And then I have this one right here that I got pretty recently, representative of like me and my way of approaching life. I just think of something and I just dare to do it, and that's it. When it came to YouTube, I thought about it and I just went ahead and did it. It wasn't like a whole process of like, I've been wanting to make YouTube videos. Like, I thought about it and I was like, okay, let me just do it, and I just did it. And then this one says, it's hard to show you, but it basically says like the word more with an asterisk. That one is Yoni and I's tattoo. He also has the same tattoo. It applies to our relationship, but it also applies to our life. It's whatever you're doing when it comes to your career, your aspirations, anything you're doing in life, your relationships. Remember to do more of what makes you happy, or what makes you more passionate, or what's gonna drive you in the direction you wanna go to. Just do more of that. What is your workout routine? I don't really have a workout routine. I'm really busy, and most of the time, like this week, I actually haven't worked out at all because there was a lot going on in school. I wanted to go on a run many days this week, but it just didn't work out because I was either went to bed too late, was too tired, and then I couldn't fit it into my schedule, or I just didn't feel like doing it anymore. This week I haven't worked out at all. Last week I went on a run, I think like twice. I don't really have a routine. It's also been raining a lot in Seattle, so I'm not about to go running in the rain. So I don't really have a routine. I kind of just do it whenever it works with my schedule and whenever I feel like it. Favorite part about living in Seattle? Favorite part of living in Seattle? I would say my favorite part is the fact that Seattle is very much a city. You feel like you are living in a city. Seattle is pretty walkable. Again, it depends what area you live in, but generally it gives you that city vibe. You can probably walk to a bunch of different places like restaurants or coffee shops or stores. You seem to balance so much stuff at once. Do you ever feel like it's all too much? 100%. I feel very overwhelmed, especially once I started at university. Community college was a little bit more chill, and university is definitely way different. Having YouTube now, and I go to work, but it's only twice a week, so it's not that much, but it still ends up taking 16 hours out of my week. 24 hours does not feel like enough for what I want to do and what I have to do, so I'm very overwhelmed at the moment right now. I'm learning how to balance it all and get used to it. Favorite thing about yourself? I think my favorite thing about me is that I have a really hard time lying, like really hard time lying. So I am honestly always speaking the truth and how I feel. It's just because I like, you will know if I'm lying, and I know that you know I'm lying, so I might as well just say the truth, you know? Who is your favorite artist? I have a lot of favorite artists. Some of my top, I would say Frank Ocean, Brent, I don't know if it's Fayez or Fayaz. I don't know, but yeah, Frank Ocean, Brent, Sir, Summer Walker, Drake, SZA, I don't know, Tiana Taylor. Kind of like my style is very R&B vibes. That's what I love. But I also can dabble into some other things. Like lately, my boyfriend introduced me to this artist called Rhye, R-H-Y-E. Really dope artist, beautiful music, but it's like a specific vibe that you have to be into to listen to that. Old school YouTube question, what's in your bag? I actually don't own a bag. I'm not a bag person. I always am the person that has like my key, my phone, my wallet, my lip balm, like everything is just in one hand or two hands. I never have a bag. I always have shit in my hands or in my pockets, all my pockets, like pockets of jacket, of pants, yeah. I'm not a bag gal. Tips for getting into a sustainable workout routine. Don't put such intense restrictions on yourself. Just say to yourself, I'm gonna work out when I feel like my body wants it, when I have time to do it, when I'm in the mood to do it, when I think it's gonna make me feel good. Don't work out when you think you're gonna be miserable. Like, you know, still push yourself, but there's a fine line between like pushing yourself or making yourself miserable by working out, you know? Work with that. How do you find the motivation to eat healthy every day? I just wanna make sure that this is out there. I do not eat healthy every day. I have some days where I'm so busy, I literally, all I eat is bagels for every single meal of the day. And then other days I have time to cook for myself, or I make something more nutritious or wholesome for myself, and I do, but there's some days where I don't, or there's some days where I feel like not eating healthy things, you know? I don't eat healthy every day. Trust. What are your thoughts on marriage and kids? I don't know, I kind of already feel like I'm married, to be honest. The whole like being engaged, the guy asking me to be married, I kind of hate all of that. I think that if you're in a relationship where the pressure of getting engaged or getting married is on the guy, I think that's not good. Why is the pressure on him? Also, if the guy is worried or doesn't know if the girl's gonna say yes or no, kind of questionable relationship. Like, if you're trying to get married to this person, you should probably know what they're gonna say because you probably have already talked about it. And if you haven't, then I don't know if you should be getting married. And when it comes to kids, I would love to have kids. I want to have like maybe 3 kids, but 3, maybe 2, 3 though, but maybe 2 or yeah. Favorite TV shows, Grey's Anatomy, always gonna be my favorite. I just watched Fate, the Winx Saga. Totally not the type of show that I would watch. I'm not really into the fantasy type thing, but it was so good. Also, The Undoing was really good. Oh, Bridgerton, I'm watching that right now. Really late to the whole ordeal, but really good too. Best relationship advice that I can give: to talk. I know it's basic, but I'm telling you, stop playing those games. Communicate what you really think. Favorite restaurant, takeout place right now in Seattle is called Ba Bar, I think. Like a Vietnamese restaurant, but it's like Vietnamese but to the next level. Like they have pho, but they have like pho with like duck confit. And it's made with like ramen noodles. And then they have a lot of different things. That's my favorite right now. Thank you so much for asking the questions and for, I don't know, I feel like such a YouTuber now that I had my first Q&A. I really appreciate every single one of you beautiful humans. And I hope that you feel a little bit closer to me and you feel like you know me a little bit more and we had a good old chat. But I hope you have a beautiful day and you've been having a beautiful day. And I hope you have a beautiful week coming up, and see you guys next time. Bye.